Hello everyone, I'm Danthrax, and today I'll be showing you Planet Coaster, the early access title from Frontier Games. You may know Frontier Games from their other recent title, Elite Dangerous. Planet Coaster is something very different. Planet Coaster is a theme park simulation title, a popular little genre at the moment, with 3 different dev teams all taking a swipe at making the next roller coaster tycoon. Frontier Games says Planet Coaster will allow players a chance to build, create, share, and experience the greatest coaster parks. In this video, we'll determine if they've met their own expectations and what you get for the box price at this stage of development. Gameplay for this video was captured using alpha version 0.1.3. Starting off, let's take a look at the game's options menu. Starting with audio, there is only a master volume control at the moment. However, you do have the option to mute individual audio channels, letting you hide any aspects you might dislike, but still forcing the rest into a single volume. Controls for moving the camera are not rebindable, but you can configure them a bit to your liking for sensitivity, invert the Y-axis, and the default pitch. For graphics options, you can control which monitor the game appears on, you can select borderless windowed mode, and a quality preset with a whole 3 options to choose from, low, medium, and high. There's also some nifty controls for your interface, letting you personalize the game's GUI to your liking. So let's take a look at some of the gameplay. First off, one of the great strengths of Planet Coaster is the variety of available maps to play in. You get a nice mix of empty, partially built, and fully built theme parks to play around with. Want a big open space? Play the sandbox map. Want to improve on a partially built park with the basic stuff in place and a consistent theme? You can do that too. Each of the maps offer unique themes and landscapes, which gives the rides currently in the game a nice fresh feeling every time you use them. Speaking of rides, that is one of the places the current build of Planet Coaster is a bit behind, with only a handful currently available in-game and 0 pre-built coasters. Coasters can be built in this version of the game using a little trick with the search box. However, even once the feature is enabled, you will be relying on your own skills to get a coaster up and running. The devs have confirmed mod support for the title is coming, but you won't find it here yet. The lack of a deep pool of rides to choose from is overshadowed, however, by the huge variety of customizable building pieces currently in-game. I'm not joking when I say you have the tools necessary to build a full-sized, detailed skyscraper for no reason other than just to do it. You can place individual wall tiles, roofing, and lighting, windows, doors, stores, and more. On top of the number of pieces, a good variety of styles is also included, letting you deck out your park in matching, consistent theme. This also lets you escape the limited number of rides by coming up with interesting buildings to wrap them in. Go ahead, make a fully indoor roller coaster. All you need is time. Customizing your park is incredible, and the experience only increases in enjoyment when the sun sets over your park and the spotlights, lamps, and rides all shine against the night. Your park never sleeps, and experiencing your rides at different times of day will provide a unique and different feeling. The experience of playing Planet Coaster is the strength of the game. The ability to hop into your new coaster and sit in any seat you like and go along for the ride is wonderful. Add the graphical quality on display here, and it's some of the best theme park building fun I've ever had. As a longtime player of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games, Planet Coaster took me back to those early days. The crowds that enter your park are entertaining as well, with the guests having a huge variety of clothing, expressions, and individual style. Sure, if you stare at them long enough, you're gonna see a few clones, but the depth and detail here is ahead of anything else currently available. So, mostly good news here then, but the game isn't perfect and there are a few gripes worth at least noting. First off, if you're not a fan of launchers, well, prepare to install one more if you haven't previously played any Frontier games. The launcher is what you expect. It's a library of your currently owned titles with lots of easy-to-click buttons to buy more of their stuff. While they've tried to bring news forward similar to how the Blizzard launcher works, a lack of updates since February makes the launcher feel a little bit dated at the moment. Definitely feels unnecessary. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Planet Coaster is currently a pre-release title. On top of that, it's a pre-release title that you have to pay extra when pre-ordering in order to get the early access. If you want to play Planet Coaster today, expect to cough up $75. That's a lot to ask for any game, let alone an unfinished prototype release. Compare that to the cost of Parkitect, another theme park simulation available on Steam and also in early access, but only $20 with the chance to save a couple more dollars if you buy it directly from the devs off Steam. There are some significant differences between the two games, but if money matters, know that you have other options you should consider as well. Unfortunately, that's also not where the tough news ends for Planet Coaster. The game likes to crash. In about 20 hours of gameplay, I've had at least 20 crashes. Hardly unheard of for an early access title, but if you're easily frustrated by a game that crashes, Planet Coaster is likely to invoke some of your rage. The other drawback for Planet Coaster currently is a lack of rides. You've heard me talk about it earlier in the video, but there are very few to place, making each new park you build get very similar very quickly. You can counter this with the unique buildings and creating a theme that matches each of the maps, but after a while you will run out of stuff to do. It's early access, mods are coming, according to the devs at least, and the sooner that happens, the better. The devs at Frontier say Planet Coaster will allow players a chance to create, build, share, and experience the greatest coaster parks. They are on the right track, but there's a lot more ride variety and coaster styles necessary to truly hit their goals. The game offers some great moments. Watch the sunset from your favorite seat on the Ferris wheel, or the sun rise over your massive stone golem. Snake your coasters through narrow rocky caves and light up the night with decorative spotlights and more. That wraps up my look today at Planet Coaster. If you found this video helpful, consider leaving me a like or even subscribing for future content updates. I'm Danthrax, this is Danthrax Games. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.